Here we
All
go.
right. Energy up. Let's get cracking. Let's welcome everybody. Okay. Dee-dee-dee. Line up. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to, July, 4th of July. There we go.
We should have some fireworks going off. Sydney
Yeah.
has the biggest display of those.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Welcome,
Good
everybody.
to see you. It's good to see you. See you coming in.
Cool. We'll give everybody another 30 seconds or so.
Are you counting? 30 seconds? Do.
I am.
I love
Cool.
those sunglasses on our Tuffy.
Yes.
There was a time when they were very popular. Everybody had, well, not necessarily these ones, but wherever you went, there were like South African versions, and there was a whole bunch of cool things. I think it was
Exactly.
sometime in the
I
2000s.
haven't seen any in a long time on those. Maybe they'll be retro and come back.
All right. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to the July edition, the Independence edition. Happy 4th of July to all of our American friends, and welcome to the BTAF token AMA every month at the first Thursday of this month. And these AMAs serve as a reminder or an update or a vehicle for further announcements. And we had quite a busy May and June was as well. And cracking on into the second half of the year. And we're here to inform you guys and give you guys some highlights as to what all is happening with BTAF token in general. So some of the things we're going to look at today, looking at the agenda. Morris, as per usual, is going to kick off things and give us some feedback as to what's happening in the market, some of that sentiment there, BNB, and what's happening with BTAF token. And then we're going to be chatting to Neko again around the Cyber Bulldog NFTs. And last month, we had Wendy touch on that a little briefly, but we've got the maestro, we've got the master artist here with us today, and can be touching on that as well as those the prize pool of those NFTs, and the second one has just been adopted. So we're very excited to be touching on that. And then Wendy's going to be reminding the IPO members around their call a little later in the month and the benefits of these calls with Marius, Nico, and the team. So that's important. Speaking about the IPO members, we're going to touch on the staking contracts as well. There's one that's currently available, kicked off a couple of weeks ago for our IPO members exclusively, as well as the current one as well. For any of our BTAF token members, in which Vicky's going to be reminding us all about that. And then I've got a little announcement on my side. And then, of course, this being an AMA, you guys get to ask us anything that you like. So please make use of that Q&A section down below, and we'll try and cover all of those questions that you might have. So feel free, make use of that. In the meantime, Marius, you can kick us off.
Thank you very much, John, and welcome to our members from around the world. I'm quickly going to go here into our favorite coin, which is BNB. Now, remember this now, a long time ago, we as a team, we decided, we said, on which blockchain are we going to build the BTAF token? And we came to the conclusion after multiple research and thorough research that the BNB blockchain is going to be the one for the future. And you see what's happening now with BNB. In the future, BNB will go back to America. Remember, CZ will get out of prison again. Remember, it's only optics that they've sent him to prison. And ultimately what will happen is that the government in America will literally control finance, which will be a good thing for us. Don't get me wrong, okay? They also will control how we use the stable coins and what will eventually happen with BNB. Now, nobody noticed this, but right here on about, let me just get that date right, on about 6th June, right there, BNB made a new all-time high. Okay, listen again, it made an all-time high, same as Bitcoin. This is why I say this coin BNB is going to, for those people who have got the long-term trade and Elliott Wave report, it's going to go to $7,000 for one single BNB. Now, I don't really want to talk about the price of the BTAF token, but I have to mention this. Every single cryptocurrency or token that is built on the BNB blockchain is going to explode in value over the next 3, 4, 5 years. There's going to be no stop. You have to remember that BNB is like the Amazon River. It's going forward. There's no stop. And every single token that is built on the BNB blockchain on that Amazon River is going to explode in value if you have a use case for it. Okay, now remember, we are poised for success. The use case is there. The BTAF token is the economic activity token for bitcointaf.com. It drives the economics of what I'm going to show you here quickly as well now. Now, what I want to show you here quickly is just something which I'm going to refer back to when I go to the BTAF token. Now, remember the caveat, I don't want to talk about the price of BTAF token, but it's impossible really to talk about a price. When I show you a chart, I'm showing you the price, but the caveat will be that I'm not forecasting a price. I'm not telling you the price is going to go to that level, but I need to show you what is happening in BNB, and then I'm going to show you where BTAF token is, what's going to happen with it. Because we still use it as utility. We use it for payment systems. You can buy the long-term trade reports of that. You can buy multiple products. There's a use case. And in the future, we're going to come back and amaze you with what's going to happen. Now, remember, things is a little bit slower. You know, everything is slowed down. The world is slowing down. Economies are slowing down. Things are it takes a little bit longer to come to fruition. But trust me, we're not sitting back and sleeping. We're working actively. Now, right at this point here, on about 10 October 2022 is when we launched the BTAF token. The BTAF token went upwards and had a very big spike upwards here, while the BNB token went sideways. But what I want to show you here, the hidden information here, is literally that point there. And if you go down here, you'll see that this is a very, very nice, perfect cup and handle. All of you know what a cup and handle is now. There's your cup and handle. Now, let's have a look and see from this bottom here, right at that bottom, right up to there is the top. Now, what happens here with cup and handles? All of you know this by now. What happens with the cup and handle? It breaks out. And at the point where it breaks out, it gives you your next level. There it is. There's your level. Okay. Now, what is happening here, just in general terms, I just want to put everybody's ease to mind as well. Is Bitcoin going to drop? Are we going to go into oblivion? No, we're not. What could potentially happen is that we can drop right onto that line there. And remember, I'm in the daily, so Bitcoin can maybe drop a little bit lower. You can find that Bitcoin Cash could potentially drop a little bit lower. But what then will happen is that we're going to have a vertical spike to the upside. We believe that this is actually the low, but it can come lower. And if it comes lower, another 5–10%, it's not the end of the world. By now, you should be used to volatility in cryptos. Otherwise, you need to go and trade the McDonald's stock and hold that stock, which is very sustainable, or Nike. And you see even what's happening with Nike now today, you know, a limited amount of distribution to the shareholders, okay? Best bet, cryptos, long term, okay? Now, what will happen here is that that top there, okay, I'm not going to get into the Elliott wave number 3, 4, 5, 6, but we believe that's number 3. We can come down here, and then we go back up here to that number V, and then we start spiking upwards here. But what I want to show you here quickly is focus on the blue lines now. For that purpose, I'm going to go back here to the BTAF token. Now, the first thing that we want to look at the BTAF token is we want to go and turn the aural fire on. If you turn the aural fire on, there we go. You'll notice that it's printed on the 2-day, this thing here, okay? The bottom pivot. That says to us that can potentially be the bottom. Now, I'm going to turn it off, and then we're going to go and have a look at where is the cup and handle. First of all, we're going to find that top there. Where's the other top? Exactly to the T. Look at that. 0.145, 0.145. we're going to put, let's say, the cup and handle in. Let's put that in there, right down to that bottom there. And I'm going to take from the bottom here now, where's that bottom there? Right up to that point there. I'm just going to make my line there. And remember, this is just for info purposes. We're not saying the price is going to break into that. But if it follows technical analytical data, boom, there you get my target of 1.33. Is this a great time to add to positions? Yes, it is. Because if you can get it at this price here and add to your positions, because remember, the reason I say add to your positions is because you can use that for payment systems globally, okay, as well as on bitcointaf.com. You can imagine if you buy here at 0.06, great time to buy. That's what I'm doing. Now, I'm going to touch quickly here on something that we are busy working with. Many of you know about it. This is called the Whisper Drop. See here, I'm in the admin panel of bitcointaf.com, and we've got all these kind of things here on the left-hand side, the business, the network, assigned subscriptions, blogs, whatever, all these kind of things here. And on the bottom here is a thing called Whisper Drop. Now, when you go to Whisper Drop, you can see this. Now, for the person who's going to edit the video here for us in our team, if you wouldn't mind, just that we block these out, you know, and please, guys, don't take a screenshot or anything. Keep everybody's data private. So you can see here on the left, we've got address, we've got tokens, history, settings, and description. Now, I'm going to run totally here over to settings. Now, how it's going to work is the Whisper Drop is everybody that is in bitcointaf.com that has an account here will in the future be able to receive free tokens. For example, if a company comes to me and say, Marius, I own a company, or I've got a token. Wendy and I just sat with somebody yesterday, wanted to develop their own token, and we actually said to him, listen, why not use the BTAF token? And the light bulbs went on. But let's say, for example, if this guy wanted to go ahead and create his own little token for a massive project worldwide, then we would have said, okay, right, create the token, we call it, let's say XYZ. Then I would say to him, if you want exposure to a large group of active traders, give us 1 million tokens and we'll distribute those tokens, depending on the value now, amongst our members. Then what will happen is there's going to be 4 tiers, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and then the tier 4, which is the IPO members. Many of you are IPO. Now in there, for you to take advantage of receiving free tokens, okay, which you can go and trade and keep and build a portfolio with or sell. It's your tokens. There will be a facility there where you can go and claim it. But for you to be able to receive, or anybody else, think about this now, guys, anybody else, they will have to have an X amount of tokens. Now, we can change that amount. I'm just showing you what it is now at the moment. But once we launch this project in about 2 or 3 weeks, we will first do a soft launch and then we'll do a hard launch, okay? Because we need to make sure the project is working. Tier 1, if you own an X amount of tokens, you're going to get a percentage. You'll get 10% of that airdrop. Then tier 2, if you own 20,000 tokens, you get 50%. And then, of course, tier number 3, if you own an X amount of tokens here, for example, you can get 100% if you are active, meaning that you're a business builder as well as that you have an active product. And then people that are IPO members, you'll get 100%. So these are things that our team will work with. You don't have to worry about that. But the point I just want to show you is that you will have to, and everybody else actually who wants those tokens will have to have the BTAF token, another use case. And then, of course, there will be a description here of what the project will be when you log in. Now, in the history of that, what you will see, and this is the thing, guys, just block this out, just smudge it. But this is what you're going to see. You're going to log in and you're going to see the date. This is just our test. Okay, we'll delete all these things here. So a lot of test accounts here. So you'll see the token, and we've already done it with the BTAF just as a test. And there will be XYZ token, whatever the token is that we get. And you will see this as well. The amount of tokens you get, the hashed transaction hash from and to your account. And then from here onwards, you'll be able to then go and claim those tokens, and it will land directly into your MetaMask wallet. Okay, so from that perspective, this is why I say you can see a very nice, very large cup and handle over a period of a very, very long time, almost about 18 months. There's your cup and handle, the handle. And then let me just quickly do something else here. Remember this, all of you that know indicators will look at this also and realize that what is happening here is a very beautiful falling wedge. When that wedge eventually comes to the end, comes down to the end, there's going to be a breakout. Now, please remember the caveat. I'm not telling you to buy and sell cryptos. We don't want to do it. Remember, we're a utility DeFi token. We're not a security token. But I need to show you this because you will use the product, the BTAF token, to buy products and services on bitcointf.com. Thank you, John. Over to you.
Fantastic. Thank you. It's always important to educate yourselves around technical analysis, but understanding the market. And but most importantly, remember, we are a utility token, and BTAF Pay is a great option for a variety of products on Bitcoin Trend and Forecast. So keep that in mind, but there's a lot more dynamism to it than just that utility. We have other great elements within our ecosystem, and that includes staking and, of course, our NFTs and our NFT master artist, Maestro Nico, in the house. Great to have you here, sir. Please, will you remind us about these beautiful different litters and pups that we have, as well as the prize pool ones as well? Thanks.
Yes, for sure. Thanks so much, John, for the opportunity. And I'm very glad to be here and share what we have come to know as the cyber dogs. I thought it well today to present something that people has really asked me a lot of questions about. So I'm just going to share my screen here. And that is actually the cyber dogs making off. And a lot of people ask, Nico, how do you do it? What is the secret recipe behind it? How do you design these type of pups and dogs and all these 3D type of things? So without further ado, I'm just going to go through this. I use a 3D production pipeline. So it's not just something I paint digitally. It's something I build in 3D and then reconstruct. And what I then basically do is model and texture and then do different types of views. The reason I do this as well is because we are planning maybe in future, we never know, to do a 3D version of, say, a Tuffy or the 3D version of any other cyber dog. So definitely we do a 3D production. This is loosely based on what they use in the film industry, but also for any type of 3D image, what you build from scratch. Now you must remember each dog is built differently. Each dog is done separately, and sorry, just my phone here. So pre-production starts with idea, story, not so much storyboard, and then this designing process starts. I'm going to show all the software I also use and how I use it, basically just to give a little taster of it. And then the production side of it, we do modeling, texturing, and not so much animation. Maybe we might animate a few dogs in future. That will be cool. Then lightning rendering, and then compositing, where we put a background behind the dog to make it that more unique, because we're going for cyber dogs. We're looking to the future. This is technology, so we also want to base it as technologically as possible. So creating the cyber dogs total 3D approach that I use, that I loosely just discussed there, is number one is the design, obviously. Then 3D modeling is next. 3D modeling, I use a program to 3D model, put everything together in shapes, loose shapes, not so much detail. Then after that comes the texture and detail, then rendering, and then compositing after that. So what I do, I use Photoshop. So the first software program I use is Photoshop. I loosely design the dog. So I go sketch it out. I see what it's going to look like, get all the characteristics in there that I want, and then layers and all of that. See if everyone is happy, look in the team, see if they are happy, and then we continue with the dog. So each dog is then basically designed from scratch like this. And then I use Autodesk Maya, and this is where I build the dog. So basically I use different type of elements, types like spheres, and I use all those type of tools that we use in 3D to just give a bit of life to it and get a 3D version of a dog like this. So you can see just loosely a 360-degree turn of what is happening there. But yes, all the loose basic modeling concepts are being done in Autodesk Maya. Now, Maya is also is a software program they use in film industry, where they do visual effects. So this is used for animation. Anyone that's watched Pixar and all of those type of movies Pixar makes, they do use this software. Then I go to ZBrush, and this is where we now start to texture the dark. So you basically texture, build it, sculpt it. You can think of this as a type of a ball of clay. So we take this from Maya over to here and start sculpting and giving life and giving just a type of facelift and just giving that personality to the dog. That's different. So this is where all of this is added. So just doing there, going there. So I don't know what happened there, but yeah, just that ZBrush quickly. And then we have Keyshot. Now Keyshot, this is where I bring that out of ZBrush into here, and this is where I give it life, meaning I can give it a metallic paint effect here. So if a surface is metallic, I can make it colored like metallic and render it out like this. I can do any type of basic, I can build the eyes here, give it a type of material. Now you can do this in Maya too. The people in Maya does this too, but I like to use Keyshot. It's much quicker for me, much better, and I get a much better result at the end of the day for the 3D dog. So this is what I then use to do that final texturing. And what happens then, I take this dog back to Photoshop and then I put a nice little background behind it, just give it that nice of personality and making the dog its own and the image its own. And that is then the final NFT that we load up. So yes, it's quite a process what I go through with each dog to get it to the final product. And so when you get your NFT, when you buy your NFT, that is what you get, is all that is the final art piece that I've created. So that's why we give a certificate of authenticity. And you can then go print it for your walls or keep it as an NFT, or you can eventually sell it too, as we've been showing and as Wendy has been showing in the last one. So with that, this is then the final image that I usually put out. And this is our number 2. And just with that, I just want to say congratulations to Deborah for winning the newest Gleam contest competition. Yeah, congratulations there, Debbie. I will get to you within Telegram, and I will send you all your artwork via email or via WeTransfers, quite big files. And I'll also tell you what printing options you have and what you can do with the art piece to make it your own. I believe she is here with us today. So thanks so much, and that over to you, John.
Yeah, that is super, super amazing. Well done again,
Wow.
Deborah. Yeah, and it's just, ladies and gents, I mean, I know a lot of work goes into the creation of these individual NFTs, but having a look at that process, Nico, it's obviously years of study and practice.
Yes.
And yeah, ladies and gents, these aren't just something that you just whip up and create with AI. These are constructed and developed and finessed over quite a long period of time. Incredible artistry there. Ready, let alone all the use case. Well, not so much the use case. I mean, these NFTs are gorgeous, but remember that within the organic letter, the blue letter, the top dogs as well, they all come with unlockable content as well. So head on over. We'll drop that link into this chat shortly. But again, always in the weekly bulletin, go check out our posts on social media. Have a look at those collections. They're all on OpenSea. But go to our website where our NFT collections are as well. We'll drop that shortly. Nico, thank you for that, and thank you for all the hard work around that. Truly collectibles. Yeah, for those of you who are into NFTs. But yeah, with the way things are going with BTAF token, these are very much sought after. Well, get them while they're hot. Again, we'll drop that link in shortly. Speaking about hot and exclusive, happy 4th of July, Wendy. And in terms of what's to come for our IPO members later this month, would you be able to quickly just remind those IPO members around that call?
Absolutely. We have some hot IPO members and it's hot with the fireworks going on 4th of July. So happy Independence Day for all you Americans out there who are celebrating. Yes, if you are an IPO member and part of that exclusive group within Bitcoin Trend and Forecast and within particularly BTAF token, we just want to let you know that we give a special meeting, Marius and Nico do, and they give you extra information. It's a special one-off meeting that happens every month just specifically for the IPO members. Marius and Nico they're not recorded, unfortunately, but You need to be present on these because they give up-to-date relative information. Some of the data and information is shared within our private inner circles, so it is very detailed in that particular call. So the next call for those people who are part of our IPO, which is a lot of you that are on this call today, will be on July 24th. And we will give you the announcement in the week of July 24th in your IPO members channel ahead of time. We'll put the link in that, not before, but look out for the link in that particular week because you don't want to miss that call. We have had some incredible feedback from our IPO members who are really enjoying that extra that they get with the IPO call. So we want to thank everybody for being part of our IPO. And just as a second reminder for those IPO members, we also would like to remind you that you need to hold whatever amount you're supposed to hold in your tokens. And if you sell off below, you will lose your IPO membership if you sell your tokens off. And that is a requirement if you were grandfathered into that particular program from the Diamond membership. So as well, if you have to keep that amount, if you're not sure what that is, put in a support ticket. We'll be happy to look it up for you so you make sure and not sell off an extended amount. It has been a problem in the past for some people who apparently didn't know how much they were supposed to hold. Everybody has a different amount. But if you come on to the IPO membership now as a new IPO member, you'll know what that amount is that you'll need to hold and purchase. So there are some extra benefits for being an IPO member. And as you can see, there's going to be a big plus to being an IPO member when that whisper drop comes. You'll be in tier level 4 and you'll get 100% of the whisper drop token. So that is another added enhancement that we are giving our IPO people. So that's it from me. Just sharing a little bit for our incredible community in the IPO channel. So over to you, John. Thanks.
Well, thank you for the reminder of all the benefits. There are a whole bunch others as well. We have the CoinQuest Lights. We've got, the call happening on the 24th.
Exactly.
A reminder that the link will be dropped in the week of, and there is a deadline in which you do need to register for that call. It is a manual approval process, so there will be a deadline. So please check those details once that is dropped in to the IPO members call. Now, still on that tangent, Vicky's going to be updating us quickly around the two current staking contracts that we have, one being for the IPO members and one for the rest of the community. Thanks, Vix. You are muted just at the moment.
I'm muted. Yeah, so exactly, keeping in line with the IPO, I think everyone hopefully by now knows that there is a normal staking contract, which I am on at the moment. So if you go to btaftoken.io and click BTAF stake just here, there were 4 contracts. This is the only one that is currently active at the moment. So if you have, just a reminder again, if you have staked in the previous 3, please unstake because they're not doing any good at the moment. They're not generating rewards. They're just sitting there. So unstake them, claim your rewards. This is the current contract that is live and will be continued to be live for a while. So you can stake your tokens in here. But as John mentioned, IPO members have a different staking contract. So right here on the staking page, there is an IPO members login. So you can use the same details as your Bitcoin Trend and Forecast login. So however you log into bitcointrendandforecast.com, use those same details here. So you click this button. I'm already logged in, but you log in with your username and your password, and you get to this page, which looks very similar to the normal staking page. It just says IPO just here. And down here, there is a different staking contract with a higher APR. So you're going to be generating even more tokens than the general public. So that is another great feature of being an IPO member. Now you just right here, there's a little button down there. You expand your dashboard, connect your MetaMask, and then you can stake right there. And it's just like the other one. You'll see all of your stakes down here. And every time you stake, a new line is created. So every time you stake, you have to treat that as a separate stake. So if you staked today, one line would be created with a 6-month validity. And then if you stake 2 days later, another line will be created with that from there, that will be 6 months. So you just have to make sure you treat them as separate stakes. But I think everyone knows by now where those are. So that, again, 2 staking contracts, one for the general public and then one for our IPO members right there. So I just wanted to remind everyone of that as well. Take advantage of that so you can generate more to buy those products on Bitcoin Trend and Forecast.
Absolutely. Beautiful stuff. Thanks, Vix. Thanks for the reminder. And on that note, for those of you who still have your tokens that are in the staking contract, but the 180 days has already reached its maturity and you haven't unstaked them, yeah, wasted opportunity. You can take all of those tokens that have been generated and pop them in with your bag of tokens and then stake them. And again, you can claim those generated tokens at any point, and you can obviously create a whole new line and a whole new staking contract if you so wish and choose. Otherwise, those tokens can be utilized. That's the whole purpose of them. BTAF Pay, head on over to bitcointf.com and you can go filter through all the products where you can make use of that for now, because that is what we're all about. It is a utility token. So just before I get to my section, if ladies and gents, you have any questions around BTAF token itself, around the IPO members, around the NFTs or staking, please make use of the Q&A section down here below. Obviously, you can always drop a support ticket, but it is better and easier for the whole community. You might have a similar question that somebody else has as well. Pop it here into the Q&A and we'll gladly get to that if there are any. And then again, congratulations to everybody who participated in our last Gleam contest. It was great to see so many entries. Fortunately, there only are a limited number of prizes, and yeah, Gleam chooses those winners. So well done again to Deborah and to the others as well for participating. It's all about getting involved. You got to be in it to win it, as we say here. But speaking about in it, we're gonna have a little bit of fun next week, starting on Monday. We've got another just fun, lighthearted community game that we're going to drop in. I'm actually going to challenge Wendy to this because, yeah, while
Me?
yeah, I
I'm
know
not
you
a
like
gamer.
you've played a few of our games before, so that's why I'm challenging you.
Poorly. Yeah, I think you need
well-
to challenge Vicky. Vicky's really good at
Sure, no, definitely. She's definitely a strong competitor. But you know,
Yes.
in the Southern Hemisphere, we're in winter, going into winter, there are a whole bunch of bugs, nasty bugs around. So this game is going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to be blasting them away. Why not? Just for a little bit of lighthearted fun. While the market is going sideways and kind of settling at the moment, we're going to be blasting away up. And you ladies and
Okay.
gents, yeah, you can, if you participate in it, there's a chance for you to all win BTAF tokens. And I know a bunch of you on the call are regular competitors in these fun community games. So I'm looking to seeing a bunch of those in the leaderboard. So we'll drop more information about that early on Monday. And then you guys and girls can get involved around that. All right, there is a question in the Q&A section, and we've had one or two similar. Wendy, I don't know if you'd like to tackle this one from Jeff.
Please, I can't withdraw my token from Bitmart Exchange. Why is the withdrawal not working? Well, it should be working. I don't know. If you want to put it in a support ticket, give us your wallet address. I am more than happy to take that ticket on myself, Jeff. And I will contact Bitmart and find out what the issue is. Sometimes we have had one person ask that question before, but what had happened was they did something with the withdrawal themselves, or they changed their two-factor identification, you know, the little thing that you have to use. If you change that, or you change your email, or you change something, there's a 24-hour hold, and that you won't be able to withdraw. That was the problem in the last case. So I'm happy to look into that for you. So if you would just want to put in a support ticket, we'll find out why.
Fantastic. And again, ladies and gents, we are here to look after your best interests as best as possible. But if you guys and girls do have queries like that, we will ask you for your wallet address so that we can research that on the blockchain and see what might have happened. And if it comes to something around Bitmart as well, we might even ask you for your account ID. And that is purely so that we can take it up with Bitmart directly. If you're reluctant to do that, then there is only so much we as a community and managers can do to help you. So we are trying to do the best that we can. So if you do have that kind of issue, that kind of encounter, please do drop it into a support ticket and supply us with the requested information so that we can sort any of these issues out for the rest of you. Thanks, Wendy.
Yeah, he says he didn't change it, so that's great. I just mentioned it in case somebody else was having that problem as well. But yes, we're happy to look into that, and I can get an answer for you right away if you'll just, give me your wallet. I'll have to give something to Bitmart, so we'll need your wallet address. And as John said, maybe your user ID on Bitmart would be helpful. We'll look into it right away for you.
For sure, definitely. You should know, Jeff, where to be able to find the support tickets. Go head on over to bitcointough.com, log in and drop in a support ticket query there, and we'll be able to assist you. Yeah, beautiful.
Good question. Anybody else?
Important question, yeah. All right. It doesn't seem so. And hopefully you ladies and gents have all learned something. Nico, thank you for that quite thorough explanation as to all the different layers and levels and time that goes into each of these NFTs. A great education and enlightenment around that. And that is the purpose of these AMAs, is to do that, is to inform you guys all, educate you as much as we can, because that is Bitcoin Trend and Forecast. We are an educational entity. We do provide course material and signals and everything else. But being a utility token, there is much to utilize with BTAF token. And so if you have any questions around BTAF token itself, we do have an FAQ page on btaftoken.io, of course. And if otherwise further you have any questions, do drop us a support ticket. We do love hearing from you and being able to resolve all of those issues as well. So Marius, thank you for the update on the market and as to where things are at. Vicky, the reminder on those staking contracts, the IPO members call Wendy. And again, Nico on those NFTs. Ladies and gents, thank you for your time. Happy 4th of July. We'll catch you all on the 4th of August. All right. Sorry.
We'll see you in August.
The
1st of August. The 1st of August. Yeah, which is right around the corner, believe it or not. And yeah, so let's get Bitcoin up and let's get everything going to the party. Let's go.
Absolutely. Take it easy,
Have a good
everyone.
one.
Thanks so
Thank
much.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.